How's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Ulosophy. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe to the channel, like or comment on the video. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, make sure to visit our blog, our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook. We add great and powerful information there on a regular basis, so check that out. Today I want to talk about and touch on something that I talked about in my last video about the quote, the successful people, the lucky people, the people that have what we want. It looks like they have luck. Well, it's true, they do have luck, but they created that luck through their right thinking and right believing and right attitude. Now, a lot of people look at these, and as we talked about, we will point out people who are financially stable, people who have good finances. The reason is because it's tangible, it's something you can't deny. So just to give you an example on something physical, because some of you may not have that belief yet, and something else, because you may think, oh wow, I don't see it. So we pick something tangible. So we look at people who have great finances. Now, these people with great finances, they seem lucky, they seem blessed. True, they are lucky, they are blessed because they created it through their mind, through their thinking. The right thinking creates right believing and it fills up, it sort of like fills up your body with energy, and then you will want to do work. You will want to do what it takes. You'll see, that's the key, want to do it. It's like before Adam and Eve, once Adam and Eve sinned and ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they were cursed by God. And a good example is how he cursed Adam, that through his sweat he will eat, and he will get the land ready and get from the land and conserve the land through his sweat. Before Adam, he still had to do those same things. Before God cursed Adam, he still had to do those things. He still had to work. He still had to conserve the land. He still had to work the land and whatnot. But it wasn't work. He wanted to do it. But once God cursed him, it's like, okay, now it's stress. Now I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. It's wrong thinking, wrong believing. See, work is not bad. It's the way you see work and the way you go about work that it's bad. If you see it as a sacrifice, as something that you feel like you have to do, and you're sacrificing, and you're struggling, you don't want to be there, you will never reach success in that work. And if you do, it's like, little, not even close to the work you feel you put in. And when you feel like doing it, when you have the right attitude, when you're like, I want to work, I want to do this, well, then the blessings come upon you and your work is very fruitful. And that's the whole thing. So we look at these people who have a lot of money, a lot of riches, a lot of finances, and we look at them lucky and blessed. We talked about how, yes, they are, but it's through their mind. Now, another thing, people wonder when they look at these people, and it's like, okay, how did they reach their success, right? How did they reach great finances? Did they take risk? Did they gamble, right? And the truth is that yes, they risked, and yes, they gambled. And if you look at biographies and autobiographies, most of their success comes from risking, comes from gambling. Thus, people take that and they see it, and they think, oh well, I gotta gamble, I gotta risk. If I gotta bet it all. If not, I'm gonna win. Well, that's a bad way of looking at it too. There's nothing wrong with taking risk, and there's nothing wrong with gambling. Putting your bets in on your business or whatever you're trying to manifest. But here's the difference. These super successful people, and if you look at their autobiographies and biographies, you see this. And if you look at them and you see how they risked and how they gambled, it's very unique, because they put in their bets, they put in their risk, but they have to make sure first. They make sure first that they're okay with losing it, losing the risk, losing their gamble. They make sure they're okay with it. That they can afford the risk. They can afford the loss of the gamble. When you do that, here's a magical thing that happens. You don't have no stress. You don't have no, oh, I hope it works. I hope it works. You're like, I want it to work, but if it doesn't, it's okay. Well, what else can I do? That's part of life. It's okay, and that's the secret. And it's all about feelings. I'm giving you this areas of experience and this areas of things that you can look at as advice, right? Physical advice. But here's the thing, it's all about the feeling inside. The reason they have to make sure that it's okay if they lose their risk, if they lose their gamble, is because of the emotional freedom that they feel while making that risk, while doing that gamble, and the process and waiting to see the result. It's free. They're not anxious. They're not like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself if I lose, or oh my God, I hope I win. I hope I win. To them, it's like, look, you know what? This looks like a great investment. I made my research. I feel comfortable with it. I may not or may have not, made great research, but I feel like I made some decent research. I feel good about this. See, that's the whole thing. It's all about feelings. Who cares what you do, don't do, as long as you feel good. So this is a way for you to feel good when you're taking a risk, when you're making a gamble. Maybe you're investing in something. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're putting in your money in that to create more revenue. If you feel okay with it, if your feeling is telling you, I believe your feelings, your instincts is your main connection to God or higher power, and that tells you what to do. If your feelings say you're okay, then you could really mess up that whole feeling structure and have everything crumble if you put everything in and you feel like you can't afford to lose. You'll be stressed, you'll have a terrible time, you won't be able to sleep, you'll be an emotional mess. Thus, you will start attracting that into your life. But if you feel you're like, okay, I feel good about this, I'm gonna put this much that is small enough that it that I won't feel stressed if I lose it, but it's big enough for me to get excited over, right? It's not too small and it's not too big either. They feel they can afford to lose it. They're okay with it being lost. It's a great adventure, and they will learn from it if they lose. If not, they will win. It's slow and steady, slow and steady. Not being greedy, doing it a little bit of a time. Whatever you feel okay with losing. What most people do is they put everything in, and then they get stressed and they're worried that they won't, bring in the revenue that they put in, and that they will lose it. Well, that causes all the stress, all the bad emotions. They create that into their lives. So that's the secret. The super successful, they risk and they gamble, but they make sure that they're okay with that risk. They're okay with that gamble. They're okay if they lose it. And that's the secret. It's all about feelings. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling optimistic, being at rest. Oh, yes. It's okay. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Being at rest. That is what the true gospel of any religion is. If you look at it closely, it's all about resting and realizing that this life, you are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to worry or that or whatever. You're at rest. You're enjoying this life and you're taking action because you want to and because you have to. And once you start thinking that, things will start working towards your favor. and sort of things start working out. And this is what the whole magic is about.